morning. Good morning, y'all. I often wonder where y'all are in the mornings, like right now. My glasses are showing reflections. I don't know if I can see you or not. I'm still having to wear these things. All right, y'all, listen. Today we're going to do fish and grits for me to eat. And it's only for me, so I've got 4 tablespoons. Only 4 now, tablespoons of grits that I'm going to put in this little pot right here. And I am only going to put a little water in it until it starts getting too thick. And then we're going to add some stuff, and then we're going to do our fish in a special way today. I don't know how much I'm going to add. I'll say that's half a cup. Stir it around. I'm not going to salt it yet, okay? I'm fixed to put it on a hot eye over here. And I'm going to start cooking it. We're going to get our fish prepared too. While our fish are cooking, we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter in our pan right here while our grits are cooking, we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter right here for our fish. Okay, I want to show you this. See how thick the grits are getting now? This is just for me, but see how thick they're getting? This is the time that I'm going to put something in them now. All right, all I've got in there right now is just grits and water. And when they start getting too thick, what I do is this. And you can do this one the step before. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon or 1 pat of butter. I'm going to get me some half and half, and I'm going to put maybe 3 tablespoons of half and half in there, and I'm going to put it back on the eye. Now, when I get to this stage, you got to be careful because we don't want it to stick. I've got me 2 catfish fillets that's going to go on top of my grits. And we're going to do it differently today. We're not doing the same thing as we usually do, like frying it with cornmeal and all that. We're going to do a rosemary catfish to go on top of our grits. It's going to be real elegant, real decadent. You can turn country grits into something fancy if you want to, and that's what we're going to do today. All right, so what I've done is I went out to my rosemary bush yesterday, and I picked some of the little tender greenery off the top of it. I didn't go down there where it's getting kind of tough this time of year because it hadn't got a lot of spring in it. So here's how I do mine. And while I just cut it off of that stem because I'm going to actually eat the rosemary. It's not just for flavor, so I don't want that old stem in there. Anyway, what I want to tell you is it's only a few more days until I'm going to be in Macon, Mississippi at the Dancing Rabbit Festival. And I hope you're going to be there. I'm bringing a few books, and I'm going to sign the books that you bring. We're going to do a 5K run. Well, some of y'all maybe do that 5K run. I'm going to be there, but I can't run, y'all. But I can walk if I wanted to, but I doubt if I will. But you could. And we're going to have a contest when we get there of the most creative way most unusual way to fix catfish. I got 3 of these is what I've got, these little things. So y'all come. It's October the 8th. So that's not, the 18th. I'm sorry, the 18th. And it's not many days away. I've got some of my girlfriends that are going to come with me. They said they wanted to go. I said, well, come on. So they're going to come with me, and we're just going to have a really good time, and I hope to see you there. If y'all have never planted a rosemary plant, now I live in Andalusia, Alabama. And mine, I'm going to put a picture of my rosemary bush on the end of this video. You're not going to believe how big it is. People in the South can use rosemary bushes as shrubbery. This actual shrubbery. So you want to do that if you can. All right, here we go. And what we're going to do with this little bitty rosemary right here, and I think I'll chop it just a little bit more since I've already I've got it little, but I want it little bitty. Little bitty, little bitty. Just chop it up like that. And all that flavor of that rosemary is going to come out into those catfish. And all that butter and rosemary juice and all that's going to go on top of our grits. You're not going to believe how pretty the end product's going to be when we get this done. And I am, for one, going to enjoy it. All right, there we go. Let's go over here now and put this in our butter sauce. But before we do that, I want y'all to look how creamy these are getting. See there? They're going to be so good. And now what I'm going to put in it, since I've got the butter in it and I've got the half and half. If you don't have half and half, put a little milk. Now I'm going to put in a little cream cheese in it. I'm telling you, these grits are going to be delicious. I'm going to go cut off that much because it's just me. So I don't want to cut off too much. And I'm going to let this just kind of go in there. And the reason I hadn't salted my grits yet is because y'all know stuff like this, it's salty. So I'm just not going to salt my grits until the end. And I'm going to taste them before I do that, okay? I'm actually just going to taste my grits and see how much salt they need. Okay. Stir that around a little bit. I'm going to put it back over here on warm. They're actually done now, but I'm just going to let that cream cheese melt in there. All right, so come on over here to the other side. Okay, our butter is melted in our pan. Y'all see that? And now I'm going to put, and I've got it turned low, and now I'm going to put our rosemary in it. Sprinkle it around in that butter. Let's get us a little stir spoon. Turn you down where you can see in there. Put that light up close to you. It's okay if the butter's a little dark, and too, that green is coming out of that rosemary. Now we're going to put our fish in there. And I think I'm going to add one more little bit of butter. One more pat. Seems like it needs it. And maybe a touch, just a touch of olive oil. There we go. Now then, there you go. Now to that, we want to add a little salt. Even though I am using salted butter, I am doing that. A little pepper. And all this flavor of that butter and that fish, you can turn it down, Brenda. It's going to go right into our grits. Let me see how they're doing. We want to melt them up. Ooh, yeah. If your grits get too thick, y'all, if they get too thick, just add a little bit more milk or a little bit of butter, and that'll be good. This is almost like caramelized butter. Brown butter, they call it. My eye is crooked, so I have to do like this sometimes to get it to work. There. We can talk it. Y'all can still see this, can't you? There you go. The weather turned a little cooler today. I'm so glad I get to wear a sleeve. All right, take some of your butter and put it on the top. That good rosemary in it. I've also, while my camera was off, I grated up some red rind cheese to go on top of everything. All right, we're going to let that just cook just a little bit. Okay, my grits are a little bit thick for me. I like them a little bit thinner than that. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of water. Just a little bit. It doesn't take much to thin them back out. Okay? Doesn't that look good? Somebody asked me one time, what are grits? Well, actually, they said, what is a grit? And I knew they weren't from America as soon as they asked that. And I said, it's dried corn. You take corn and dry it up, and then we've got people in the South that actually, they grind their own grits, and those are really good. All right, we're going to turn our fish over now. You want to kind of get it brown, y'all, a little bit. See how that's browning right there? Get all that good flavor up off the bottom. That's some good stuff. Cooking in that butter. Brown butter and all that kind of stuff. There we go. All right, at this point in the process, I'm going to add just a little bit of paprika. Not much, just a little. If it's coming out, let's see. There we go. And I am going to also, at this point, taste our grits. You know, we haven't added any salt because the cheese in there is salty and the butter was salty. So let me taste it. It needs just a little bit. So let me put it. It does need a little bit of salt. Turn it back up a tad so the salt can cook in there. You don't want to put too much though. Just a little bit. I'm going to taste it again in a minute and see how that is. All right. This is almost ready right here. But anyway, y'all, these rosemary plants, they root so easy. You just sometimes you can pull off all those lower little limbs of little leafy things. The rosemary actually have just a stem and bake you a bouquet in some water. And some of those will root. If not, just cut you off a piece, clean off the stem a little bit, leave a little greenery at the top, and plant it in dirt, and it will live. It will live, it will root. I'm excited. This is going to be a whole meal for me. I washed my hair, and that is why it is sticking out everywhere, because I went to bed with it wet last night. Where's my rag? Here it is. I went to bed with it wet. All right, let's see how we're doing here. We'll make sure our fish are done. We'll turn it on the other side a minute. Let it cook over there. Make sure you scrape the bottom of your pan because that's where a lot of that goodie is, y'all. That brown right there, that's the good part. I'm going to put a link in here for Superior Catfish. And if I can find it, I will put a advertisement, little pamphlet-like thing. I don't know if I can find it or not, for the Dancing Rabbit. So y'all can come and we'll see each other. We'll have a good time. The weather ought to be nice and pretty and cool. It being in October, that'll be a good thing. I'm excited it's October. Heck, Y'all, I like fall weather. Look at that. Lord have mercy. Let me see if I can get it back up there. Pull some of this back. Now, is that a little better? Okay. I think we're about ready to take our fish up. And so that means I need to take the grits up. Turn that down. And turn this over one at a time. All right, let's get it to boil. And here's what we're going to do. We'll take our grits up in our bowls right here. Y'all see, you wouldn't believe that 4 tablespoons of grits make this much, but it does. So when you cook your grits, goodness sakes, don't put too much in there. All right, here's our grits. And we're going to put our grated cheese on top that I grated this sharp cheese. While it's hot, we're just going to sprinkle that right on it, like that. Like this. Now we're going to take our fish and put it on top, like this. And now we're going to take some of this good garlic butter. It's all down in there. Not garlic. What am I saying? Rosemary butter. You could put some garlic in it if you wanted to, though. Well, I'll just pour it out. That'll be the easiest thing for me to do. Let me do that. And we're fixing to take a bite. All right, take your little juice right here. That rosemary. Put you some around on it like that. Okay. And here you've got it. Fish and grits. Look at that. How southern can you go? It's catfish and grits. I mean, you know, it's good, y'all. It's going to be good, and it is good. Let's take us a bite. Where's my spoon? Cut a little bit of that fish off right there. Get him in there. There you go. Get a little of that good. I don't see it good. How good is that? Delicious. They're going to have a contest at the the Dancing Rabbit, and it's going to be an unusual ways to fix catfish. I'm going to get to judge some of the different things. I don't know if I'll get to judge that one, but I'm going to get to judge some of them. And whoever wins that, I'm going to feature their recipe on my page in November. That cheese is getting all over me. Y'all try this. And listen, on your grits, they are so creamy and so good. And just cook them till they're done. And you will love it. You'll love it. If I've lost that dish towel again, here it is. I'm going to put all the information in the reading part of it. Y'all look at it and read it and try you some grits with good old catfish on top. You'll love it. If you don't want to do them like this, fry them and put them on there. Cut them in little nugget things and throw them on your grits. It'll be so good. See y'all in October. Take care. Love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I always wonder where y'all are. Every time I do a video, I don't know why I do that. I think, Are they taking a shower, or they're just listening to me on the thing and not seeing it? Are they sitting in a lazy boy? Are they drinking coffee or eating breakfast? Are they outside? Are they traveling and I'm talking on their phone? I wonder about stuff like that and what state that they're from. I know I've got a lot of people. This lady came in the other day with her husband. She was from upstate New York where it's really pretty, and she was telling me all about how beautiful it looked up there in the trees and everything, and I know it is gorgeous. I told her the only thing I had from New York is when George and I went one time to a knife show. They had these big, come in here, I'll show them to you. I'll show them to you. Hold on a minute. Let's walk in here. It's dark still. All right, let me turn you around. There they are. These are buoys, and they're glass. They're glass buoys, and I bought these. I think they're so pretty. I've got that, and I've got a green one, and then I've got this light green right here. And I've got them sitting on those are called shelf dividers. And they fit perfectly in there. And I think they're so pretty. I've had them for a long time, maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 years or something like that. And I've always left them out. I've got 5 of them. They're pretty at Christmas time with lights around them. Anyway, y'all, those are the 2 things that I've got from New York. All I've got is that and something else I bought one time. Oh, some antlers. I bought some antlers. I thought I was going to do something with them, but I never did. But I thank you for being with me on Facebook. It's so good to see you in the mornings. And tell me what you're doing. Tell me if you're sitting in that lazy boy, or if you're in the shower just listening, or if you're traveling somewhere, if you're in the hospital or a nursing home, if you're at your child's house visiting, or maybe you're somewhere, maybe you're at church, a church activity. Tell me where you are this morning. Love y'all. Bye-bye.